sacrifices, but I want all of you guys thinking like, it's only really a sacrifice if you quit. Think about it. Like, it's really an investment. Whatever you're delaying, it's really an investment. It's only a sacrifice if you quit. Would you agree? Like, let's say you don't have a car and you have to walk, 25 miles to work. Well, if you give up on the 20th mile, that was a pretty good sacrifice. Would you agree? But if you walk all 25, you get to work and you get a paycheck, right? So, for sacrifices, Steve, we know he has a 7-year-old daughter, right? 8-year-old daughter. So, Steve, my first question for you, and you can kind of go off a little bit on it. We're going to talk about money and spending habits. So, can you talk a little bit about your habits and how do they shift? Tyler's is up line. He's laughing there. How much money did you have in savings starting off, and what are your saving habits today?
So starting in the program, I had $0 saved. And I think it's just like, I got very vulnerable with my upline in the beginning. I had a financial breakdown where he broke down all of my finances. So now my saving habits are better now that I learned about delayed gratification. And it basically just means where you have to start giving up the small things now to see the greater picture later. So now a lot of my saving habits, I was spending about $400 to $600 a month on just eating food, just eating out. Like whether it's like a quick burger here or a quick burger there, but like it all adds up, and I wasn't having enough money to pay my car note. So in my car note's $472. So like at that point, he just started showing me that I was eating away my bills. So now with my saving habits, I meal prep now. So that saves me a lot of money. Just really, really focusing on what's important, like what's more of a need for me versus a want. So just really keeping it with my upline says like mean, lean, and clean. So I meal prep, I invest I buy books and things like that. But as far as wants, like I'm a big sneakerhead. I don't buy sneakers anymore. Like clubbing. I don't club anymore. Like I don't spend money on that.
You can say it.
And then when it comes to my daughter, like I make sure that she has what she needs, but I make sure I don't give her the things that I want her to have right now. But just giving her like what she needs as far as like to be okay with shoes and clothes, because I love labels. So I love designer. Like anybody that knows me, they'll tell you I like Gucci. I like all like designer things, but it's just not smart right now because I don't have double the amount that it costs in my bank account. So just really cutting back on that. Like I said, food.
Yes.
Saving. I talked to Richard early on in the program, and he started me off saving $100 a month because I never know where to start it. Because I was the type of person. I had all of the different apps. You guys know the apps I'm talking about, where you spend all your money throughout the week, and then you have all these different apps that advance you money. And so then once you get your check, because you've advanced it already, it's already gone. So now it's just a repeated cycle. But now I have a substantial amount of savings. So
that's pretty cool. Okay. Is it shareable? It doesn't have to be. Seriously.
Okay, I have $12,000 saved.
I didn't know, so I could have really messed that up because I didn't have that prepared to ask him for that number. But for somebody to save $12,000 going through the training program as a rep, what do you think is going to happen when his income triples as an owner?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be good. It's going to be great, Steve. So that's pretty cool. Now, what's some of the habits? So you talked about some habits that you have to give up to be a good saver. Is saving is it a priority? Is it like included into like no matter what your check is, you're saving? Like, do you prioritize it or do you only do it when it's convenient?
I definitely prioritize it. I sit down with my upline. You heard me talk about my upline a lot because that's the person that gives me all the perspective in my life. But I sit down with him a lot, and he has me on a financial plan to where once I get paid, the first thing I do is I tithe or I give it up, I give it away, because if your hands are always closed, then nobody can put nothing in it. So it's the first thing I do. The second thing I do is personal investments, whether I need books or I need things for the field, all these different things.
I said that's good. So, just thinking. That's good, bro.
It did.
I love it. Man, I'm really impressed with that. And look, some of you guys are thinking, wait, are they going to talk about the job? This is the job, okay? Like, this is actually what we're talking about. I think that's really cool. And Steve, how do you think it's helped you now? So now, we're talking about your money habits, personal stuff. What about moving, so like now those habits are happening while you're going through this crazy training. Like, do you think it's helped to help your team, help the people you're training? Has it helped your transformation in your personal finances or not?
Absolutely.
Walk me a little bit through.
Okay, so I mean, now I have the confidence to, I don't want to say like spend money, but like I used to be so worried about like, hey, what if I can't do this or what if I can't do that, because I don't have enough money saved, so I'll have to wait till my other paycheck. But now that I have a substantial amount of savings, now it's fitting into my budget. So anything that people need, like as far as sometimes if my guys need gas or things like that, like I'm okay, I'm able, like I check on my upline, but I'm okay to give it to them without stressing about like how I'm going to pay my bills.
That's pretty cool. Well, thanks for sharing that. To shift gears before we move to Alante, you have an 8-year-old daughter. And this business, it's a lot of time up front. Talk about that. Did you miss some birthdays? Did you miss some stuff? How was that?
I did miss some things, like, as far as her going through school and things like that, but I always try to put it into a perspective that the reason why I do this business is because I want my daughter to be able to do what she wants to do because she has a passion for it versus how much it'll pay her. So I look at it like if I take, 6 to 9 months just trying to get through the program, I mean, it's 6 months to never miss another day.
That's pretty cool. What's your daughter's name?
Aubrey.
Anybody excited for Aubrey? Yeah, like having a parent that thinks like that, who believes is gonna positively impact Aubrey's life? So that's pretty cool, man. Thanks for sharing. So moving